Meri Brown has already resumed courting after departing her polygamous spouse. However, will the Sister Wives Season 19 star ever be able to fully trust a man again? Meri, who is 53 years old, has experienced a plethora of adversities throughout her life, and a significant portion of her experiences have been documented on the cherished unscripted program. Kody Brown's initial spouse was Meri. However, he would ultimately marry 3 additional women. Kody would have a total of 18 offspring, whereas Meri is only able to have 1 biological child. The Browns were a predominantly content household when the series aired in 2010. Although there were numerous individuals present, Kody, his spouses, and children primarily harbored affection for one another. Everything had changed by the time Sister Wives Season 19 premiered. Meri was one of Kody's 4 spouses who had abandoned him, and he had little communication with many of his elder children. Meri's intention was never to become unattached again. She would relish the opportunity to experience love once more. She is currently in a relationship, but she is experiencing difficulty in regaining trust in a partner due to the numerous betrayals she has experienced throughout her life. Meri and Kody, who have a single child, encountered difficulties in maintaining their marriage from the outset. The Sister Wives couple's circumstances deteriorated over time, and they ultimately ceased to cohabitate as husband and wife. Meri attempted to accept the meager portions that Kody was willing to provide for an excessive amount of time. She was dedicated to adhering to the principle of polygamy for religious purposes and did not endorse divorce. Even after Kody informed her that he had never adored her, she continued to remain near him. Meri was devastated by the news that he had never loved her for a variety of reasons. Not only is it an opinion that no woman desires to hear, but it also caused Meri to doubt her own judgment. She was under the impression that her spouse was in love with her during the entire time they were together. Meri's confidence in herself was severely undermined by her realization that she was mistaken. The Sister Wives Season 19 star will find it challenging to trust another man after being deceived for an extended period of time. Kody frequently said spiteful things about Meri during the final years of their marriage, but he became more candid as time passed. Kody was brutally honest about his marriage to Meri during Sister Wives Season 19. He stated in an interview that he was aware immediately following their honeymoon that she would never be able to bring him joy. Kody, who believed it was his obligation to remain wedded to her, elected to become involved with multiple spouses. The Sister Wives patriarch stated that his intention was to alleviate the misery in his marriage to Meri by marrying his second wife, 55-year-old Janelle Brown. However, the situation was exacerbated by the union. Kody continued to assert that the situation did not improve with the inclusion of his third wife, Christine Brown, who is 52 years old. Kody's relationship with Meri had concluded by the time he married his fourth wife, 46-year-old Robyn Brown. The confession made by Kody must have been distressing for Meri, and it may be difficult for her to trust the next man who claims to adore her. Kody discovered a new disparaging comment about Meri during the 19th season of Sister Wives. Meri was possessive and constantly encroaching on him during their early marriage, according to Kody. She could not resist the urge to sit on his lap and could not keep her hands off him. Kody asserts that Janelle's mother approached him regarding the matter, stating that Janelle was uneasy about his affectionate behavior toward Meri. After that, Kody was cautious to avoid displaying affection toward his wives in the presence of his other wives. Kody was not the sole individual who deceived Meri. The Sister Wives Season 19 star initiated a relationship with a man she met online more than a decade ago. Meri eventually discovered that the individual she was conversing with was actually a woman who had been deceiving her. Meri had been caught by a catfish. It is unsurprising that Meri is experiencing difficulty in trusting a new individual after being betrayed on numerous occasions. It is my sincere hope that she will persist in exposing herself until she discovers genuine affection. Kody occasionally made disparaging remarks about other wives, including Meri. In the past few years, Kody has become increasingly assertive regarding his affection for Christine, Janelle, and Meri. He frequently made disparaging remarks about them and even employed phrases such as soulmate to articulate his affection for Robyn. This profoundly affected his ex-wives, even after they had separated from the marriage. Kody ultimately acknowledged that he had never intended to say those hurtful words during the 19th season of Sister Wives. He disclosed that his outburst was precipitated by his discomfort. "Meri, it is the conclusion of an epoch. We possessed something." His former spouses, particularly Meri, must have found it reassuring to hear him say that. She should feel better knowing that her relationship with Kody was unique, even if it did not endure indefinitely. Kody informs Meri that their relationship is coming to a close with a heartfelt goodbye when he relocates her to Utah. "We possess something." She concurs, asserting, "We experienced an exceptional pleasure." It is commendable that Meri is receptive to the possibility of reconnection with love. However, the Sister Wives Season 19 star must re-establish her trust. Kody Brown, the protagonist of Sister Wives Season 19, accused his former wife, Meri Brown, of being possessive during the early stages of their relationship. The polygamist patriarch used her alleged behavior as a justification for never publicly affectionately interacting with his spouses. Certainly, the father of 18 was in a difficult situation. Kody would be accused of demonstrating favoritism if he were affectionate, which would be detrimental to his other spouses. Conversely, the absence of affection is met with its own set of criticisms. Striking an equilibrium regarding polygamy is a challenging endeavor. Kody was accustomed to encountering situations in which he was unable to succeed, as he had 4 spouses to consider. It became evident over time that he was not adept at navigating the intricacies of polygamy. He was unable to assure his spouses that the relationship was secure enough, resulting in the dissolution of several of his marriages. Meri was among the 3 of Kody's 4 spouses who divorced him over the course of 14 months. In a recent episode of Sister Wives Season 19, Kody claimed that Meri's overbearing behavior compelled him to prohibit all forms of public affection between his wives. In 1990, Kody and Meri were united in matrimony. Their nuptials was a grand event. They held a grand nuptials that was attended by friends and family. They had both been raised in polygamous communities. However, it was uncertain whether they would acquire additional spouses at that time. Meri was eager to have numerous children, so they initiated the process immediately. However, she was unable to procreate. Janelle Brown became Kody's second bride in 1993. In 1994, his third wife, Christine Brown, joined the family, which was expanding at a brisk pace. Then, in 2010, Kody married Robyn Brown, his fourth wife. Kody would have 18 offspring, but Meri would provide him with only 1. Despite her fervent desire for additional offspring, it was never realized. Meri always perceived it as an insult to be asked to make do with less due to her smaller number of offspring. The sister wives of Meri would contend that she did not require such a substantial residence, as she had only 1 child, whereas Janelle and Christine each had 6. The argument became a subject of contention due to the fact that both parties had valid points. Meri is the sole wife of Kody who has the distinction of having divorced him twice. The initial instance occurred in 2014. Kody was legally married only to Meri, as polygamy is not permissible. The remainder of his relationships were spiritual in nature. Robyn had 3 children from her previous marriage when he married her in 2010. Kody requested a divorce from Meri in order to marry Robyn and adopt her children. Meri concurred, despite the fact that it caused her great distress. She anticipated that Kody would remarry her following the finalization of the adoptions. However, he remained married to Robyn. The Browns engage in a conversation during the 19th season of Sister Wives regarding Kody's lack of affection for his wives. Nevertheless, Kody devised a method to attribute the incident to Meri. He clarified that Meri was perpetually hovering over him during their initial marriage. She could not resist the urge to sit on his lap and could not keep her hands off him. Kody asserts that Janelle's mother approached him regarding the matter, stating that Janelle was uneasy about his affectionate behavior toward Meri. After that, Kody was cautious to avoid displaying affection toward his wives in the presence of his other wives. Kody stated that the conflict commenced immediately, and the two individuals did not establish a rapport. Kody acknowledged that he had made an error immediately following the nuptials. He asserts that they were aware of their incompatibility. However, neither of them subscribed to divorce. In an effort to fortify their union, Kody and Meri resolved to incorporate additional spouses. He believed that he could achieve contentment while remaining loyal to Meri. Although the addition of additional spouses did not resolve their issues, it temporarily obscured their incompatibility. Kody began to spend less and less time with Meri after he married Robyn. During the 19th season of Sister Wives, Kody and Meri ultimately said farewell after 32 years of marriage. Kody wept as he bid his first wife aloha. Meri, it is the conclusion of an era. He informs her with a tear in his eye. "We possessed something." She concurs, stating, "We possessed an exceptional experience." Although his emotions could suggest regret for his failed marriage, he could have simply asked Meri to remain. It is conceivable that Kody's emotions were more indicative of relief than regret. Meri has flourished since departing Kody. The Sister Wives actress has expanded her social circle, adopted a companion, and undergone an extraordinary transformation. Meri recently shared images of her new appearance on Instagram. The photographs depict Meri in a stylish new choppy bob haircut, a little black dress, and a glamorous red carpet appearance. Meri's caption reads, "It was a pleasure and honor to spend the past 2 days at the Global Beauty Awards." However, her facial expression suggests, "Kody, eat your heart out.